I'm going to begin by flipping around this conversation because there is nothing in it. I've read the report, all 400 and whatever, 30 pages of it. So, but perspective is what is important for this country right now. And it's the perspective gap which is causing all the tamasha that we are seeing, and that is resulting in real loss. Real people are losing money. Real damage to the Indian stock exchanges and real damage to one of India's biggest companies. So let's put an image on our screens, okay? And I'm going to identify this person for you. The name is on the top of your screens. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamshedji Tata. Okay? Now, what is the story of Jamshedji Tata? India under the British was so de-industrialized that we did not even make our sewer ki pipe or wrought iron, cast iron pipe. इतनी level की industry भी यहाँ नहीं थी. So Jamshedji Tata famously went to British Steel. It's a very famous story. And he told them that he wanted to set up a foundry, a steel foundry in India. And the infamous quote is that they told him, if Indians can make steel, we will eat it. Okay? That's what they thought of Indians. All right? So then this man went to the US, went to Japan, and here's another image on our screens of what he actually built, which we've now forgotten, but we should remember. This was the day, and I've taken this from the Tata archives, this was the day when they first got the first kiln ready at the Tata Steel plant. I think this was they started in 1907 and they lit the kilns in 1911, 1912, just before the First World War. And what is now Jamshedpur would become Asia's largest steel foundry. Okay? Now, Jamshedji Tata was a rich industrialist. But you needed a rich industrialist who could take on the British monopoly, have the wherewithal to set up something as large as this. Now, yes, we are a country of various kinds of differences. But if we are to emerge on a global stage, if we are going to go gaga over Elon Musk, he's going to take us to Mars and cure the climate, and Jeff Bezos, who incidentally owns the Washington Post, which is, well, its commentary in India, let you to judge. So we as a country are going to accept that you need industrialists and you need to wish them well, because certain fundamental things that have to be done at scale can only be done by big corporates. Okay? Now, on this note, Megha, I just want to set up some fundamental points and you can open up this conversation. And let's put the fundamental points here. After reading the entire 430 odd pages of the Hindenburg report, there is not one specific information of anything illegal, wrong, round-tripped or otherwise. Not one. The entire report is a speculation of wrongdoing simply on the basis of the stock price multiple. That's it. They take the multiples and they say, obviously something has to be wrong. What do you mean, obviously something has to be wrong? What is wrong? They don't say. Fundamental point number 2 is that if you are not giving any evidence of wrongdoing, what are you doing? And that brings us to fundamental point number 3. Hindenburg is making a lot of money from the fall in Adani shares. This is not an altruistic report which they've just given because they feel they're doing seva to the world. They are making money for every percentage fall. They're making millions, perhaps billions. We don't know yet. We should find out. Maybe they should release how much money they've made in the past 1 week. It'll be that in the tens, hundreds, maybe even the billions. Okay? They are making money from this. Now, you are trusting someone who has a profit motive in the fall of Adani shares. As a country, do we focus on short sellers who are profiting from ambushes, or do we have any faith in this SEBI and the RBI. If you do not have any faith in SEBI and RBI, then absolutely we should pack up our bags and we should all shift to New York and all hail the Treasury, the Federal Reserve and the SEC. We should all pack up our bags and leave if we have no faith in the SEBI and RBI. We have to fundamentally understand that we as a country cannot be gushing over the Musks and the Bezos and the Bill Gates and then disown our own industrialists without any evidence of wrongdoing. If wrongdoing has happened, and certainly it happened in the case of Satyam, where Ramalinga Raju was taking one fixed deposit, putting it in a different place, taking printouts and claiming he had money which he never had. Wrongdoing is found, evidence is found, smoking gun is found by the SEBI, by the RBI, by the SFIO, by the Enforcement Directorate. Separate question. But without any evidence, ye to chor hai. On what basis? We have to now understand, and I'll give you an example, Megha. In the course of this past 1 week, while all of this has been going on, FPO saga, FPO return, stock price down 20%, 30%, this, that, Gautam Adani was in Jerusalem signing a deal with the Israeli government. He met with Netanyahu for the procurement of the port of Haifa. You need companies that are a large scale to procure strategic international assets. There's another multi-billionaire who runs an equally big firm who has recently brought out a European company that's making sodium ion batteries. You want electric vehicles? Somebody will have to bring alternative R&D because we don't have lithium. You can't make lithium batteries in this country because we don't have any lithium. So you want to do some R&D, somebody's going to have the deep pockets to go and buy it. We'll have to, fundamental point number 7, we'll have to accept that cabals exist that manipulate stocks and exchanges. They exist. Have you not seen the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? Have you not seen what happened in the time of Harshad Mehta? These cabals exist. They can both pump and dump, which is raise the valuation of a stock and sell it at the top, or shoot and scoot. They are both capable of doing that. Not everyone, and this is fundamental point 8, not everyone in the globe is happy about India's rise. Not everyone is happy that we are the 5th largest economy. And certainly not everyone is happy that there are several Indians in the top 20 richest people in the world. They are not happy because you're replacing them. Why would they be happy? Friends and foes alike. Fundamental realization. Now point number 9, and I've got 2 more. If there is no wrongdoing found, if nothing was wrong found after whatever SFIO, ED, RBI, SEBI, whoever you want to throw, if they find nothing wrong, then we will have caused immense damage to a major industrial house of this country for no reason on the basis of a report which has been published in the US. And my last point, Megha, is here that Indian politics cannot be based either in naivety or complicity on the basis of what foreigners are telling us is right, wrong, good, bad or ugly. How much BBC are you going to now watch? How much Al Jazeera, Washington Post, New York Times or Hindenburg are you going to lick up? Something is dodgy. And I just want to leave it on this point. I don't know if our producers have it. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to someone on your screens. Can we get Carson Block's photograph here, please? Okay, and if we can, I'll be grateful. And I'm going to quote what this man, his name is Carson Block. Okay, here is an article that has been published recently about him. Okay, I want to try to get the article on our screens. He was involved in the Muddy Waters short selling scandal. Carson Block, and I'm just going to read this out. Federal prosecutors are investigating whether short sellers conspired to drive down stock prices by sharing damaging research reports ahead of time and engaging in illegal trading tactics. People familiar with the matter related to Carson Block said. The US Justice Department has seized hardware, trading records and private communications in an effort to prove a wide-ranging conspiracy among investors who bet against corporate shares. One tactic under investigation is spoofing, an illegal ploy that involves flooding the market with fake orders in an effort to push a stock price up or down. Another is scalping, where activist short sellers cash out their positions without disclosing them. This is a very recent investigation of the SEC, the US Federal Reserve, into naked short selling in the US.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.